Am I regretting agreeing to do another series already? They start off really, we're in front of a camera and what do we do? And then by the third property, they're like, oh yeah, do you know what you're talking about when it comes to makeup? I thought, because we will insert the video for everyone to watch if you're watching us on YouTube.
Today's episode of the Garner Couch Club podcast is sponsored by Currencies Direct.
If you're selling a property in Spain, chances are you'll need to move your money overseas, and that's exactly where Currencies Direct can help.
They offer fast, secure transfers with great exchange rate and personalised support.
They do. Wherever you are in your property journey, Currencies Direct make it easy to move your money with confidence. And all you need to do is head over to our website, which is SpanishPropertyChoice.com. On the front page, you'll see a link that will take you directly to their website, and you just follow the instructions from there to sign up for free. So thank you very much to Currencies Direct for sponsoring this week's episode of the Garners Couch Club podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Garners Couch Club podcast.
I'm Sharon and this is Shaun of Channel 4 Seeing and Selling Houses and Spanish Property Choice, located in the beautiful province of Almeria and now also in the Costa del Sol.
And now filming Series 9 of Seeing and Selling Houses.
Woohoo! Episode 1 in the bag.
Yes. Yeah. So this week, guys, we thought we'd just give you a little bit of insight and maybe a little bit of behind the scenes of filming the very first episode of the new series 9. It's am I regretting agreeing to do another series already?
It's been a hard week already. Yeah.
No, it's if anything, I think it's just so easy now. Not easy, that's the wrong word, like just more of like a natural feeling of doing it. Like after day one, do you remember me saying to you that there's just been another day's work?
Yeah. But I think we do it naturally anyway. It's not like you're doing anything different to what you do in a normal day. You're just spending longer in the properties than you would do if you were out on viewings.
Yeah, but I think in the seasons past, I've always stressed about it. Like you've stressed from your side about getting the properties right and, speaking to the clients. And I've stressed just about the sheer amount of work that we've got to do and the time that it takes and just the anxiety in general about filming. I haven't had that yet. And it's very early on. Well,
I must be honest, I did start the week off quite stressed because obviously we'd just done 3 days at the NEC, which was absolutely crazy. And obviously I was losing my voice. You were a bit croaky as well. And I thought, are we actually going to get through this? But then obviously Danny's come back.
Yes.
Danny back.
Which I'm really, really pleased about because last year, Series 8 for me, I think I've said in several podcasts, was one of the easier... I'm thinking the word in English. Series is one of the... Is it a series? And so it starts.
It is a series. That was Series 8.
Yes, one of the most easiest series for me to film. So I was really, really glad because Danny just gets on with it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got experience, many, many years of working in TV, but also working in TV on property shows.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows what he's on about.
Yeah. He always reminds me of Parker. Because we've got Parker back as well, I believe.
Yes, I believe Parker's back on this series.
And we love Parker. He did one of our series for us, didn't he? They're very, very similar, aren't they, in their producing and production skills?
Well, it was different because Danny, obviously, last series when he joined us as a family, he'd already worked on the show for years. Yeah. So he knew what it was all about. Whereas with Parker, if you remember, Parker joined, if I remember, as one of what they call like the runaround.
Yeah.
He was literally like the helper.
Yeah.
Then the following year, he came up to like, what was it, assistant PD or something, and then he was cameraman. He was actually behind the camera filming it for us.
Yeah.
So,
but they're both excellent. At what they do, and they make our lives a lot easy.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, what people forget is. Can you hear the bird in the background?
I can hear the squawking in the background.
I apologise if you If you hear a bird in the background, I will introduce you at some point, but that's one of my new babies. I rescued an 8-week-old macaw, and we are now hand feeding her, so...
Yeah. So if this episode is shorter than usual, it's because Mother's got to run off to...
I've got your dad feeding her at the minute. That's why she's squawking. What I was saying was really it helps us feel more comfortable when we know that we're working with a PD that's worked with us before, because they get to understand that we're doing our job, and what we expect as well, because obviously, yes, we're making a TV show, but we're also trying to find our clients their dream home. And this week was really interesting. It was we saw some beautiful properties, didn't we?
Well, episode 1's always interesting for us, but also for the team, because the way that our show works is every year they put a team together from scratch. So we're lucky that we've got Danny back, because he already knows us and we get on really, really well. But the other members of the team, there's 3 other members of the team that have never worked on the show before. They're all freelance. So not only is it us getting back into the swing of filming, but it's Danny's working with 3 people he's probably never worked with before. They've all very quickly got to realise or got to understand each other. They've got to live together for the next however many months. So it's episode 1 is a challenge.
Yeah.
You got to go through all the snags. Maybe the cameras aren't working perfectly, or it's a challenge. But saying that, I think it went really well.
I think it went really well. I mean, it's a challenge for us as well, because we've got to get to know the new members of the team as well. And obviously they have to get to know us and realise what we're like, because me and you together when we're out filming, we are a nightmare.
We are, but I really like the fact Danny said several times this week to the rest of the team, the crew that are filming us, he said, you don't have to worry about the Garners. Just leave them to do what they do. They know, this is our 9th series, which is still so crazy to think. But he's like, they know what they're doing now. Yeah. They know how it works, and we don't always get it right. But 99% of the time, we kind of know when to walk into a room, when to stop, when to, what sort of questions we need to get through to the clients. And although we can't give anything away with what we filmed or who we filmed with.
No.
But it's impossible for any of the listeners or the viewers to know, because they don't release the episodes in the order that we film them.
No.
So
it could be potentially what we filmed last week could be episode 10.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But what we can tell you is that we had fun. The clients were lovely clients, really, really nice to work with and to film. We kind of just did our usual thing on camera.
Yeah. I mean, when we're filming, it's quite difficult, because obviously we want to whiz around the house and show them as much as possible and talk as much as possible. But and we do that. They get to know everything they need to know about the areas, about the house, how it was built, etc., etc., etc. But obviously, Danny's mind, Danny knows what will be used in the show.
Yeah. Because
they have got a format now, haven't they? And we do get a lot of people say to us, well, we mentioned this before, why don't you mention taxis? Why don't you mention, community fees, etc.?
Well, these clients said it. These clients said, why don't you say this on camera? But
exactly, yeah. And I said to them, well, we do, as you're fully aware, but it gets cut, So the first couple of episodes that we did way back in the day, first couple of series, they literally just filmed everything we did. But I think, that Danny and, Parker was exactly the same. He knew exactly what was going to be used out of each conversation, and it was cut down to that. It's not that we've made them say it, it's just that they know they've got to get those little snippets, haven't they, So,
Which makes it an easier process, because you imagine doing our normal waffling, plus the filming, plus the stopping and starting, whereas I think at least we know how it works now as well. Yeah. We kind of know when we're in a room what we need to say on camera, and anything that's not said on camera, we still say it.
Yeah.
Even the clients that we filmed with this week, we were viewing some nice big properties. Yeah. And we said several times, look, when the camera switches off, you then get chance to walk around on your own or with us, just to take it all in for a second or third or fourth time, however many times you need. And even they were like, oh, so you actually give us the opportunity to look around. And we're like, of course we do. You know, because what you see on camera is the reality. The rooms that we take them into, they don't cut anything out of that. But on camera, we do only show them 3 or 4 different rooms. Of course, they see the rest of the house. You know, we've still got to do a full viewing once we've done the filming.
Because our segment is cut down to just a very, very short. So they're normally 3-minute segments, aren't they?
Yeah, the whole viewing.
If that, really. So, you know, to cut a whole viewing, and I mean, you know, that what you see on TV takes all day.
Yes,
for 2 days. Solid.
Yes.
So it gets cut down into a little bit there. And sod's law, it's always probably what somebody else doesn't want to hear. They want to hear something else. But unfortunately, we don't have any control over that.
No, which a lot of people don't even realise that either. No. We have zero say in the editing of the show. That's done by Ricochet, our production company. So, yeah, we're always watching the show with everyone else in real time. Like, we don't know what's going to be, like, we don't know what bits they've used or chopped out. But, yeah, it was nice to be back into the filming. And, like I said, I just didn't stress myself. I just thought...
Do what you do every day.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be what it is.
You did stress yourself when I came to property number 3.
Yeah, which again, it's hard, we're talking about it, but we can't actually talk about it. But something that happens quite often when mother's involved in filming, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but swapping properties out. Which, again, we do it in real life. We do that when we're viewing properties. If there's something that's not 100%, we just won't show you.
Absolutely not. And I realised after... I thought... I mean, if the episode was playing now and we could explain it, property number 1 was a fabulous property, but it was a very different location. We wanted to give them a different feel, didn't we? And then we went to another property that really was everything they wanted on paper, if you think about it, and more, really.
And more, a lot more.
And then it was quite strange because we learned so much when the camera's not on, just generally chatting and talking with them, because, you know, we do listen. Everything that's said, we listen to what's being said, don't we? And it could be the slightest thing, like, you know... I don't know, they may not be an animal lover, or they want to definitely be south-facing, or, you know, the kitchen's got to be big, you know. And if we're going to a property next, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, the kitchen in the next property is smaller than this one, so what's the point? You're wasting our time, the client's time, and the vendor's time. And that is what we do on a day-to-day basis in our job. So whether we're making a TV programme or not, we've still got to work the way that we normally work. And episode 1, or our first viewing, I did swap a property out.
Yes.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
You know, well, when I say paid off, I can't tell you whether they bought or not.
It did exactly what we needed it to do.
Yeah.
But then I found with these clients, what actually happened was something that, again, it is normal, and I'm not saying this is a negative, but I'd already met with the clients, which I said on camera. You know, I have met them in the past. It wasn't first time meeting, and we'd sat and had a discussion about what sort of properties they wanted to look at. And it's funny how initially it was just, we're open-minded, just show us anything. They had their main, like, top 5 bullet points, but it was just very open-minded. But then we were going around these houses, and then it was all of a sudden, just for examples, oh, well, did we not tell you that we don't want stairs, for example? Or did we not tell you that we don't want to be more than a kilometre from shops, or whatever it might be, those examples? None of that had been mentioned.
No. And it was funny as well. I was shocked because obviously you give me the brief, and looking at the properties, I thought, you know, right, we've cracked it here, because, you know, but to have to swap one out, that we'd learnt so much in those first 2 viewings. There was no choice, really. But again, criteria and what people think they want until they're standing on the land. They don't know. You've got to be here. You've got to get that feeling. I mean, we joke about the shazza tingle and all that, but it's the truth. You've got to get a feeling. And the house hunters did say to us, our clients said to us, "You are exactly right, Sharon. It's I thought I wanted this, but we actually want this. So it was quite an interesting start."
It was. And I think one thing that I actually really liked is that they weren't too nervous in front of a camera.
No, they were good.
Because sometimes that can make it very difficult. Either if we get a lot of people that film that either are nervous in front of the camera, so that naturally makes it a little bit more difficult because we want them to be calm and, enjoy it. Yeah. But also some people take it too literal when we say, pretend the camera's not there.
Yeah.
Because some people just wander off or...
Exactly. Well, I mean, Danny, bless him, he's always got his earphones on and he listened to us giving the client... Because we've done it so many times now that we say the same things, and it's only to help the flow of the show.
Yeah.
It's like we go into a room and, we've had clients that have wandered off and gone into another room, and you're like, hang on, can you just come back so we can finish this room? But we did, that was one of the first things I said to them, right, when we go into the room, please have a good look round, and if you want to go off and have a look round, but always come back to where you started. Now that's not something that we would say to somebody that was doing a normal viewing. You wouldn't say, go and have a look around the bedroom but come back to me and get in a banana. But we have to do that just so that it flows and we can carry on filming. And then Danny, I heard Danny say, I think that's when he said you don't have to tell them what to say because they know what we need to do, So the banana, or as Danny and some of the crew, banana
or plátano.
The banana. That's where you see on most shows, very similar to ours. We have to stand in a certain way, so that we're very lucky. We've got 2 cameras, and obviously the house hunters are on one and we're on another. So we try and get into a way where it looks natural on camera. But do you find you want to do that when you're doing a normal viewing? Do you find it strange?
It's strange in a way that a normal viewing, sometimes I feel, off camera you mean?
Yeah.
What I struggle with the most is how quick it goes.
Yeah.
A viewing off camera, I'll walk into a room, be like, okay, showing them around, and then the client's walking off into the next. I'm like, no, hang on a minute. I'm so used to spending 20 minutes in a room talking about that room on camera, that when I do a normal viewing, it just seems like it goes very, very quick.
But the viewers don't see 20 minutes of us talking about that room. They only see literally
a snippet.
Yeah, like that bit that you did in a bedroom. So what can you see yourself doing in this room?
Never live it down. Never live it down.
No, but I'll give you, for instance, me and your dad yesterday went to do, on our website, when we have exclusive listings, me, Shaun or Steve will go, or all of us will go, and we do
promotional video.
Like a promotional video with us in it and us talking about. And I actually found that yesterday, because we did a beautiful villa, which we've just put on Facebook and on our website, and your dad was filming me going around showing, and I think because of the filming the way I normally do it, and I was on my own, there was obviously no clients there, I walked into the bedroom and I literally walked up to the bed and I said, so this property has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, two bedrooms have en suite, they have built-in wardrobes and air conditioning, and I walked out. And I did actually say that, no, and it was that quick, and like your dad said to me, well, that was a bit short, and I said, it was, wasn't it? I didn't talk about the room at all. But then again, even for those videos on our website, there's no way that we could put the hours and hours and hours that we film into filming Sunsea and selling houses that we do into into even that. So,
and you got to think as well, being in the 9th series, we've said the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. And it kind of comes back to whoever's taking part in the show. Yeah. We always say to people up front, have a bit of a laugh with us. Yeah. If you want to crack a joke, because there's only so many times we can walk someone into a living room and say,
First
so what do you
impressions.
think? Yeah. What do you think of the living room? Like, if a client's just not giving us anything, that's difficult. Whereas if they're a bit more, they've got a story to tell about why they're looking for a certain thing or what their decor preferences are. That's the sort of thing that, we need to get more of, get people.
Well, I think the thing is, obviously we have to make sure that the first impression is what the people see on the TV.
Yeah.
It can't be false. It can't be, it can't be made up or anything. You've got to get their first impression. So if we walk into, say we walk into the living room, like you've just said. We're walking into the living room. Normally, we would be walking in and we'd say, when we come in here, obviously, they've just recently decorated. And as you can see, they've had coving all the way around and they've got spotlights. And then we would go into our normal sales routine. We can't do that when we walk in, when we're filming the show, because you want them to walk in and say what they think first. Yeah. And then we tell them everything that's done. So instead of us leading the conversation when we're doing our normal viewings, it's almost like the house hunters have to do that, because if they walk in and they go, wow, then
you want their honest reaction.
Honest reaction, yeah. But if we try and, do our normal routine that we do, it just wouldn't flow. It wouldn't work, would it?
No, and that's part of our job. Taking part in the show is we have to egg people on to what they need to say in a way. Yeah. If we've got someone that is a little bit quieter or not giving us full reactions, we've got to kind of really help.
Please be honest. That's what we say. Yeah. All we're saying is, I know we're making a TV show, but this is an important move for you. This is a lot of money you're going to spend, and we need to know if we're on the right track. How many times have I actually got into the first room and you can see quite literally that they hate the property, and I say to them, it's not even worth us going around now and carrying on, even though we're filming for a TV show. Reality is that we have to say, look, it's no good carrying on because this is most definitely not for you. So
and they do relax into it. I mean, I'm gonna probably make a conscious effort watching this new series back when it comes out, of how buyers, they start off really, we're in front of a camera and what do we do? And then by the third property, they're like, they relax a lot more into it. Now, we've had 9 years to get there, and we are at that point now. And sometimes we maybe forget that, we're being filmed for a national television show. Whereas for clients taking part in it, it's got to be nerve-wracking. It's got to be... not only are they probably going to buy a house in Spain, they're also being filmed for telly. So... I'm going to watch it back a little bit differently, I think, this time, and just see how they relax into it as the episode goes through. By the time they get to property 3, it's going to be different to when they've started.
Well, I think most of them say to us, don't they, that, one, they didn't realise, obviously, the work and the effort by everybody that's put into it. But they also say they have a really good time. Yeah. And they do say the lovely thing is you do get to spend time in the area that you're in. And also the house, you get a better feeling for the house. So I quite like it. I think it's a nice way to do it. But switching from being a daily estate agent to filming is like two different worlds.
But I think everyone sees, whether it be on our social media, whether it's the crew or whether it's the clients, they all see that we are exactly how everyone expects us to be. We're professional. We're there to show you a house, but then we can also have a bit of fun as well.
We have a bit of fun.
I mean, especially when the camera's not on.
If ever they did an outtake show, I swear. I mean, there'd be a lot of beeping. But there would be a lot of laughter. But that's the point. That we have to obviously try and make it an enjoyable experience. I look at it that these house hunters are including us in their journey. Yeah. And, I want them to have happy memories of that journey. We had a great time with Shaun and Sharon. Most of them say they're absolutely shattered, don't they? They say,
everyone says it's a lot more tiring than they expect.
It's we're going out for a meal tonight, and then you see them the following morning. We actually went straight to bed, And I've said that, I've had a bowl of cornflakes and gone to bed, because it's tiring. But standing out in the heat and,
But again, it comes back to that's why we've got to try and make it as... not fun, but we've got to try and make it as light-hearted as possible, because they're long hours, long hour days, and And it's back-to-back filming and a lot of walking in and out of rooms and interviews, and we've got to appreciate that the clients, they're probably going to get tired throughout the day. So we do try and keep them, fun and active, kind of upbeat as the day goes by.
But it's hard for us as well because we've still got the phone going, because obviously we're still dealing with clients, we're dealing with offers, we're still doing our daily job, and and actually the house hunters always say to me, are you going to go home now and have a shower? And I'm like, no, I've got an 8 hours day's worth ahead of work ahead of me.
Well, look at after day one of this first episode.
We were sitting in the office at late at night, just changing, just talking to the vendors, changing.
Exactly, we finished over. And ended up having to go back to the office anyway, not only to catch up on work, but because of swapping out the third property. And it's a lot of work.
It's a lot. It is a lot of work, but it's a massive achievement when we do get a sale. We don't get a sale all the time, and I think it's important for people to understand that that's normal. If we had a sale every single, we did very well in Series 8. I think we got 11 sales out of 14, I think. And it was amazing, but you're not going to get that all the time, and that's our job. We don't, how many times do you go out during the day on viewings and, you
don't sell to every single client. And as long as we're confident, and believe me, we put enough pressure and stress on ourselves to make sure we're getting it right, we could literally just pick 3 properties out of the air, like other property shows do, maybe. But we spend days, not hours, we spend days and days making sure we're getting the right criteria from the clients, that we're confident enough that once we've seen the properties that we've seen, oh, there's a fly. Oh. Once we've shown the properties that we've picked, that we're going to be confident enough in saying, well, we've showed you what you asked us for. And
well, in Series 9, I think this is the one thing that's worrying me the most.
Yeah.
Because we've now got the Costa del Sol office.
Oh.
Where was you going to go?
Lack of properties.
Oh, lack of properties, absolutely. I agree with that. And we're finding that we've only done one episode. And but no, obviously, because we've now thrown Costa del Sol into the pot, I'm actually filming in 2 days' time for the first time in Costa del Sol with house hunters. And I've studied the houses. Obviously, John is going to be filming with me, I believe. One of our members of staff that runs that office down there, and he knows the area inside out. I'm nervous because I don't know the area. Houses to me, when somebody says you can sell ice to Eskimos, to me, I look at a house and I can just look at what somebody's after, look at a house and think, right, that's the right one. I'm in the right direction. I'm having to do that this time because it's Costa del Sol from a distance, from Almeria, by pictures, by videos. So I'm actually in the same sort of position as the house hunters are. But when I get down there tomorrow, obviously we'll go out and have a look at the properties and that, and it's going to be really difficult because, again, if I think the house is not going to suit their criteria, I'm going to have to swap it out, and that will be hard because that's going to be left to John to do. But
again, you're putting in that effort to make sure that it's right. It would be so easy for you to just say, right, John, you pick the 3 properties because you know the area. But you're prepared to spend your time and obviously make sure that it's the right sort of selection, because if not, at the end of the day, it would make us look silly. I mean, how many times have we had people approach us and say, you can tell the properties you're showing them, you're listening to their criteria and you're really taking it on board. And that's my point. We could just very easily say, right, let's just pick 3 random properties and show them you, but why? That's not what we do in our normal day. And even in, like you say, in normal life, when I'm talking to John, he's doing take-ons. Me and your dad are travelling down. We do 4 hours there and 4 hours back just to do a 30-minute promo video in the property if it's an exclusive listing. But it's worth putting that effort in because, one, we get to see the property, we get to learn more about the areas. I don't want to be selling properties down there that I don't really know.
And certainly if we're going to be showing clients for the series, I want to make it right, you know. So it's working because John knows the area inside out.
Yeah.
You know, he spent a lot. I sound
A lot.
like so black then. Yeah, he knows the area inside out. And, you know, after selling properties for 20 years, I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to properties. So hopefully it'll work.
Well, you might know what you're talking about when it comes to properties, but I've got to pull you up. Do you know what you're talking about when it comes to makeup, Mother? Because we will insert the video for everyone to watch if you're watching us on YouTube. Hello, everyone. So, it's Shaun and Oompa Loompa. We're filming the very first episode of series 9 of Sun, Sea and Selling Houses, and we've just realised my mum's golden. But it's going very well. It's going very well, and we're filming. Let me show you a little sneak peek. Okay, the clients are coming. We've got to go. See you later. Bye.
I didn't know it was a tanning one.
Mum,
By the end of the day, what did you call me? You called me an Oompa Loompa.
But it was the funniest moment. So basically, we show a property to the clients, and then the clients go off with the cameraman, with Danny in this case, to have a look around without us. And he films them going in and out of rooms. And I was like, right, Mum, it's our time. We've got 5 minutes with no cameras. Yeah. Let's do a little Instagram post or a little Facebook post, whatever it was. Oh, no. I put the camera on. I don't know if it was the lighting we're in or the room we're stood in, but I'm there in my normal skin complexion.
I've got a pink dress on.
And then you got Mom that looks like a golden beam of light.
Well, what I didn't realise, when we were coming from the airport, from the NEC, I'd bought some face cream, but I didn't read the packet properly, and it's like a self tanner.
So as the episode goes, she's just getting darker and darker and orange.
I must be honest, funny. I didn't really. I mean, you never said anything until we were on the camera there, and I mean, nobody else said that my skin was changing during the day. My teeth were getting whiter and whiter. But it took me 2 days to get that off, you know, because it was funny. Yeah, it was orange.
And that video did so well.
It did.
It's always those little candid videos that we don't plan. I'm just like, we'll just post it. But yeah, it was very, very funny. And then that was it then. The clients came back and I just couldn't stop looking at you without having a little internal giggle to myself.
Well, do you know, when you put that on socials, I had so many people that had met me at the NEC couple of days before, and they said, Sharon, you never got that suntan in the UK. It was raining. And I was thinking, no, I couldn't answer everybody because there were so many of them. I just wanted to say no. Unfortunately, I bought the wrong cream. So it's good stuff. It was funny.
Yeah,
it is good stuff. Yeah. Well, I put it on at 7 o'clock in the morning,
and it was fully developed by 6 p.m. Oh no, it was funny. It was funny, but again, it just breaks up the long days. Yeah. You know, having those little laughs.
We
and
do have a
jokes,
laugh. And we still, unfortunately, you know, when me and Shaun are the worst, really, aren't we? When we start laughing, we can't stop, and you can just see sometimes the crew are like, oh, come on, let's just get through this. But we can't help it. It's a genuine thing. We can't help it, can we?
But you find as well, I mean, I'm sure it happens to anyone that works long days. And the crew, you know, we sometimes have these conversations and then think the crew do all of what we're doing, plus they're carrying this heavy equipment. Then they've got to go back to wherever they're staying and download everything and back it up and all this. So I'm not taking away from anyone else. But
they are superstars.
They are. But I do get to like the last hour of a filming day and I become delusional. Yeah. Like I'm on a different planet. I don't know what it is, but I think just again, such long days and you're constantly thinking that, am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right property? Are our clients happy? Is the crew getting what they need? That I get to that last hour and I am... I don't know what you're getting from me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just go into this...
You get that glaze over your face.
Yeah, completely. I just go into this whole other... phase of filming days, but
I think it's because you're not only filming, you're thinking, I know I am. I mean, I know when we were out on the second day, I was thinking, right, I've got to get back now. I've got to do an advert for the new sign that we've just taken in Arbalaeus. I've got two adverts. I've got an advert to do for the Euro Weekly News for Almeria. I've got a 5-page advert to look after in Costa del Sol. I've got to arrange, everything for the opening of the Costa del Sol. I mean, constantly, as we're filming and doing that, I'm constantly thinking about all the other things that have got to be done that day as well. So you do get confused over it. You do get, and most of our weekends now, well, we don't have weekends, but most of our Sundays we are taken up with podcasts now. So really, we don't really cut off from it,
And I think it's that worrying feeling. I'm sure there's a little bit of anxiety thrown in there as well. But, with all of the filming we're building up because we want to get a sale at the end.
Yeah.
We're hoping that we've done the right thing and it doesn't happen one thing to the next. That's like we're saying, we film over 2 days.
Yeah.
So the first day it's the meet and greet, the interviews, the first properties. Then you get home and think, okay, we're halfway through. Are we doing the right thing? Then the second day it's property 2, property 3, then back to the office. So it's so drawn out that by the time we sit down to get that final, do you want to make an offer? Yeah. I'm like...
completely exhausted.
Exhausted, literally. I'm doing that last little bit of film and I'm thinking, oh, wow, I'm tired.
I think, I say it a lot. Not just I say that a lot. But, But what I also say, and I've said it many, many times when we've been doing the final chat, if somebody's putting an offer or anything like that, before we finish, I always say to them, are you 100% sure? Because what we've done the last 2 days is a lot. It's, this is your life savings. This is a new move. This is, an important... Are you 100% sure? Yeah. And I have to do that in my own mind because what I don't want to do is say goodbye to them and then think, oh, hang on a second, is it right for them? So again, we don't stop stressing even though you've achieved a sale. You know? And then if I haven't achieved a sale, you get really down about that, don't you? But I get down in the fact that I haven't been able to clinch it. But it's more to do with I've not got the right property yet. It's not that we haven't shown them the right properties. It's just that it's not the right one yet.
Not really get down. I mean, I kind of punish myself. I feel like disheartened because I think because we put so much effort in selecting the properties, and it's not always easy. We'll have like our conversations of, right, is this the right one? And then we'll swap it and then we'll be like, have we made the right decision? Should we go back to the original idea? And I think sometimes I'm so confident that we've got it right that, yes, I should look at it that if they don't buy, if they don't buy, it should be, oh, okay, it's just not the right time. Yeah. They're not ready to buy. But I don't. I look at it as I've showed you the perfect property, and I'm disappointed that it hasn't been enough to say, right, that's the one.
Well, I think it's that situation where you're thinking to yourself, what are you thinking to yourself?
Like, what else is better?
That's what I was going to say. How did you know that?
I have no idea.
What I was thinking to myself. That was it. It was when you have shown them the best of the best that's out there, because that's what we do. We don't just use our properties. We have collaborators. We go through portals. We go through websites, and we make sure that even if it's not with us. Yeah. So it's not all about commissions, at the end of the day, because we share commissions with other agents on the show to make sure we get the right properties for our house hunters. But I think it's when hand on heart that you can't show them anything better than what you've already shown them.
Yeah.
That's what gets me, because I think, well, how am I going to improve? I mean, sometimes when you say it, how can, mind you, how can we improve on property number 1? Just don't say it, because sometimes you can't improve. That's the...
Well, no, it's not even improve. It's just like, I try and word it now is, what can we show you next? What can we show you to give you a different option or something that, might throw a spanner in the works for you? But that's obviously when we don't get a sale. But when we do get a sale, then it's amazing, because you think the clients appreciate, that we've put all that effort in and we've got it right. It's still... It's a roller coaster of emotions, even for us after 9 years. We still go up and down with the clients. We're feeling, are they going to buy it? Are they not going to buy it?
But we do that in day-to-day life anyway.
Of course,
you just the thing is, you don't worry about it so much, because you might only have so much time with these particular house hunters. You want more time. You want to spend more time with them, but then you're frustrated because we've got nothing else to show them. And that's what's happening a lot at the moment, because the properties out there, as you know, we're so desperate for properties. If anybody's listening to this and you have a property to sell, please contact us, because we are so desperate. We are literally selling every day now. Yeah. And I've even stopped putting them on. Well, I'd put the odd one on, but I've stopped putting them on Facebook. I used to put a sale today because we were doing 2 or 3 a day. And that was becoming a job for me, just putting what we'd sold on that day onto social media. And I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute, I've got other things I can be doing. I can be emailing a client or... No, we never had that before, because obviously back in the day, you might do 2 or 3 sales a week. Yeah. And that was good. Now we're doing 2 or 3 sales a day. And how do you restock? It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's very, very, very hard. But a fantastic start to the series. We had such good fun. And this coming week, you and Dad are off to film in Costa del Sol.
Tomorrow we go down to Costa del Sol, and it's me and John filming.
You and John filming. I'll be filming here on my own.
Yes, you got your...
Which I always love. But I'll be filming with some house hunters. So we got 2 clients filming next week.
And also we are filming 2 family stories. We are filming the setup of and finishing of our new office in Costa del Sol. And then on the Saturday, we are filming the grand opening.
We are, yes. Yeah, I'm going to go down for that as well.
All the family's coming down, and we're going to have a party.
We will. And we will get a little bit of footage of that as well, so that we can do a podcast all on the opening of the new office. That's going to be exciting. But yes, if any of you that are listening or watching would like to take part in Series 9 of Sunseeing Selling Houses, we are filling up very quickly. We've had a lot of our clients that, again, they're all genuine clients, so that's why we approach them. A lot of people booking in their slots for the new series. But if you may be interested in joining filming with the Garners, all you need to do is contact us. The best email to contact is thegarners@SpanishPropertyChoice.com. And
if you could give me, that will come through to me. And if you could give me your full criteria, your full contact details. And the most important thing is, if you want to film with us, if you can put a line at the bottom, I give you permission to send my information to the producers. And then what happens next is the producers will contact you. They'll have a general chat. There's no coercing or anything like that. They'll have a general chat with you. And if you manage to get a booking with us, then we will be in touch. And we'll look forward to meeting everybody.
Yeah. All we request is that you are in the position to purchase. Of course, there'd be no point in wasting your time as a client filming with us if you're not quite ready, because again, it's 2 full days of filming. So.
And the properties won't be there. The properties genuinely won't be there. So it is best if you can wait to be in a position, try and sell, or be in a position where you're happy to put a deposit down and have. A lot of people don't understand that you can actually, or we can arrange an extended buying time, can't we? A buying contract.
Yes,
it's a
if the owner
possibility.
agrees to it.
Agrees.
Yeah.
So it's not always a case that you've got to buy and it's got to be there and then. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking to come over, just contact us. We would love to meet you. And if there's anybody out there that runs a makeup business would like to sponsor me for Golden Tan, I'd be more than up for that.
I don't think you need it, Mother. You definitely don't need it. No, but thank you all for watching this week. Please, as always, make sure you like this video. If you've made it this far and you're still listening, why have you not hit the like button? Please leave any comments down below. Have you filmed with us in the past? Would you like to film with us? And yes, also subscribe. You can just click the subscribe button below. It's completely free. And then you can watch us every week, waffle about nothing.
And I'm gonna give up a secret. I could get into trouble for this, but I'm gonna give a secret. Your eyes are opening very quickly.
What about?
We are actually going to be doing some revisits on Series 9. So you'll be seeing some people from previous series and see how they're getting on.
Yes, which we know all of the viewers like. They always request it. So yes, there you go. There's a little bit of inside secrets that I don't know if we should have said. But
the producers might be on the phone. Sharon? Anyway, are we done?
We are done.
We're done. Well, I hope we haven't waffled too much. I hope we've given you a shazza tingle or an Oompa Loompa glow. An Oompa Loompa glow. I can't believe you called me an Oompa Loompa.
Well, you looked like one. And until wax stick. See, I'm getting to that point like I do at the end of film, and I'm just delusional now. And until next week, guys. Adios.
See you soon.
Bye.